All right, today we're going to be doing a rebuild of the Pittsburgh Steelers. To be fair, this team really doesn't need much of a rebuild. Big Ben is getting up there in age, but this defense is a top two, probably top three, at the worst, top three. It could be the best defense in the NFL. They've done a great job. It's a mixture of young and old. There's some spots that need to be filled on the defense, like corner is kind of a little bit of a weak point, but there's good safeties, good linebackers. The defensive line is possibly the best defensive line in football. Next to Washington, you could go either way, but right now, after that first game, TJ Watt is playing like the best defensive player in the NFL. Um, you know, you can say him, Aaron Donald, or that first week, uh, Jones had 5 sacks on the Cardinals. Yeah, that was just kind of insane. But Taylor Lewan, more to blame there, I think, than the Cardinals just having a good day. I mean, the Cardinals just had a good day all around. But yeah, as you can see here, Big Ben, still 78 overall, respectable. He's still good. He's not awful. He just can't throw that deep ball as well as he used to be able to. But you can still throw it. You saw last week, he still had some oomph in his pass, but just not as much as he used to have. He can't move around as well either, but he's not a bad quarterback. He's still a top 32 quarterback, and anyone who says different is lying. This wide receiver room is really what's interesting here because you have Juju Smith-Schuster, who he's only on a 1-year deal. They have him as the highest rated wide receiver here, but really, I think the star of the show here is Chase Claypool. I think this is what you're looking forward to. Is Chase Claypool had a sensational rookie season and really didn't even get utilized that much. So if you can bring in a quarterback that can throw lasers down the field, Chase Claypool might be a top 5 wide receiver in this league. Juju, he's fine. He's a big slot guy. Like, he has a place in the NFL. He's a good player. But I think you're really looking at Chase Claypool to be the superstar of this wide receiver room. And then Deontay Johnson's really good too. He's had some drop issues, some health issues a little bit. Not a lot of health issues, but he's had some drop issues, but he's really good as well. Like, he's just another guy that you got late and you're happy with. I think he was a 3rd-round pick as well. And then James Washington. Recently, he said he wanted out. The Steelers decided to keep him on the roster. He's a really good, possibly the best number 4 wide receiver in the NFL. Like, this wide receiver room is really deep. I guess Tampa might have a better number 4, maybe, because they have AB, Mike Evans, Godwin, and who's their number 4? Probably Scotty Miller. So I would probably take James Washington over Scotty Miller, to be honest. And then they drafted Pat Freiermuth, who could be the best tight end in this class other than Kyle Pitts. I really like Freiermuth. I think it was a good pick, but when you look at this offensive line, maybe you think that maybe they should have taken an offensive lineman with that pick instead. They took good players in the draft. Najee Harris, Pat Freiermuth. Who else did they take? I feel like they took someone on defense, but I feel like their picks were really good in the draft. It's just like they weren't really the highest positions of need. So this offensive line is what needs the biggest rebuild here, because no one on this offensive line other than Kevin Dotson is probably going to stick around here. Other than, well, Kendrick Green might as well. Draft pick from this year. He'll probably be on this team for a while. He's probably a little bit better than the 66 rating, but the rest of this line is it's an issue. It's an issue for sure. Left tackle, right guard. Trey Turney's really good, but he's 28 years old. He's going to start regressing soon. And right tackle, obviously a massive hole. But at least they drafted Najee. You don't have to worry about a running back for the next 5 years. I like Najee a lot. This defense, like I said, you don't have to really worry about this defense. This defense is loaded to the brim. I know Tyson Alalu, he's a little older, 34, yeah. So we're going to have to look at replacing him soon. He was actually supposed to sign with the Jags, I believe, but he had like a last-minute change of heart. The corners are the other issue here. Need some corners. Need to bring in some corners. Terrell Edmonds, he's solid. He's not like a game-changing safety, but that's why you have Minka on the other side. They brought in Melvin Ingram for a year. Max Highsmith was really good last year too, stepping in for a lot of injured guys. But Melvin Ingram's just, you saw in that first game, Melvin Ingram is a game changer still at his age, and I don't know why the Chargers let him go. TJ Watt, yeah, one of the best 5 defensive players in football right now. Not the best. It's arguable. It's arguable. Yeah. I'm going to try to get an actual draft class loaded into this, but I think this team can make the playoffs this year. The only thing we were really worried about is that offensive line. But for the most part, this team is ready to win this year, but we're probably going to lose Ben. And if we don't lose him, he's going to regress a lot. So I'm going to try to get a real draft class in here, and I'll see you guys at the midseason point. And here we are at the midseason point. And as you can see, we're 5-1, which is pretty good. Only lost one game in there. Better than I expected, to be honest. But yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get an actual draft class in here. I tried, but the Madden servers just won't allow it for whatever reason. So it's going to be the same draft class if you start on week 1 that you always get. Kind of sucks, but Madden is what Madden is. So can't really do anything about that. Let's see who we need to re-sign in here. TJ Watt, yeah. Now he just got his contract just the other day. He's the highest paid defensive player in the league. We'll give him 6 years. Yeah, that's actually a little cheaper than he's actually going to be. Juju, he'll be good for us. He'll be good for us. Yeah, I'm happy to keep him in the simulation. I don't know if the Steelers will keep him in real life, but they might now that James Washington wants out. Melvin Ingram. I would actually like to keep Melvin Ingram, but at that price, that's kind of expensive. Trey Turner, we can keep him for another 2 years. Okay, he wants more money. Terrell Edmonds, we don't have a better safety option, and he doesn't really want that much money. So, okay, we got to pay him more too, though. Akella Witherspoon, once again, corner's like our weakest position, so I'd like to keep him. All right, he wants some higher bonus. James Washington. We'll probably let James Washington walk just because we have enough wide receivers, and I'd rather draft a younger guy. We might try to sign Dwayne Haskins in the offseason just because he's probably the most likely next starter for the Steelers unless they draft somebody this year. But you never know. It could be Mason Rudolph for all I know, but Mason Rudolph doesn't really excite you that much. So I think Dwayne Haskins has a higher excitement factor. But yeah, we'll see in the playoffs. Here we are at the playoffs. So despite that good start, terrible second half of the season. So we finished 8-9. That's actually kind of crazy. I did not expect that. I just expected us to make the playoffs, and but it's the first year, so I'm not like upset. It's the first year of the rebuild, so it just means we're probably going to be moving on from Ben immediately, and we'll have a decent draft pick. Probably middle of the first round, I'm guessing, like early middle. Our offense was number 31 in the league. Wow, number 31 pass game. Number 1 defense though, so that's something to be happy about. But that offense is not something to be happy about, not at all. Let's sim to the offseason. We'll check out the season recap. Maybe Najee Harris won Rookie of the Year. I doubt it. There's too many young quarterbacks that were drafted this year. But we'll see. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Okay, yeah, so Zach Wilson is your Offensive Rookie of the Year. Owusu Koromoa always wins Defensive Player of the Year. Maurice Canaday was the Super Bowl MVP. I don't even know who that is. He's probably like their 4th corner. So I guess that's something. Madden Sim, doing what Madden Sim does. Yeah, so we'll try to sign a couple guys here. Maybe make some moves in free agency, and then we'll head straight into the draft. Alright, so as you can see, we actually made quite a few moves in free agency. A lot of these are just depth pieces. We tried to get Trent Brown, but the Chargers offered him like a 130-point deal or something like that. So there was no way we were going to get him, but we tried to secure that right tackle position. But we actually brought in Jameis Winston. I actually tried offering Dwayne Haskins a small contract, but just whatever the Madden was trying to offer him, and he said no, I'd rather play for a new team. And he has 0 offers in free agency, so I said, you know what, let's sign Jameis Winston. He's got LASIK now. So we actually did bring back James Washington just on a 2-year deal. He didn't want much money, so yeah, and then the rest of these guys are just depth. Signed some offensive linemen just to fill in until we can find somebody actually good. But I also forgot that I didn't look at the yearly stats. Didn't do that because we had the number 31 defense or offense. Okay, so we're not going to get to see Big Ben's numbers. Obviously, these are Jameis's numbers on the Saints, so don't take these numbers seriously. Did not have these numbers. Najee Harris, though had 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns as a rookie. Pretty good. Deontay Johnson and Juju led the team. Chase Claypool, I forgot to start him. I'll start Chase Claypool as the number 1 this year. Because as I said, like, he's the guy we're looking forward to the most here. I did re-sign Juju, but I might just put Juju in the slot. But Deontay Johnson's kind of good in the slot too, so I'll figure out what I want to do with these wide receivers, but they're all 3 going to be here for a while. And let's see how TJ Watt did. Okay, 12.5 sacks. I would expect more of that in real life, more than that. 18 tackles for losses, though. That's a lot of tackles for loss. Cam Hayward had a great year. Interceptions, Cameron Sutton, 3 interceptions. Terrell Edmonds, 2. Schobert, 2. So, not a lot of turnovers, but some turnovers. Yeah. Now that I have a little bit of money because Trent Brown rejected me, let's try to get a corner just real quick before we head into the draft. How about Casey Hayward over 1 year? All right. Sounds good, and we'll just head into the draft. And if you've played franchise and you sim to like week 1, then this is going to be the same pre-generated draft every time, which sucks. Like I don't understand why Madden stuck in like 2010, but it is what it is. So we'll head in here, see what pick we have. I'm not even sure what we have. Okay, pick 15. So yeah, literally right in the center of the first round. Not gonna trade up. I've traded up enough in this class before. We'll see what's there for us at 15. And I'm not going to take a quarterback from this class, even if there's one left, just because I've taken the quarterbacks in this class before. I haven't taken Elton Price, though. I have not taken Elton Price before. I usually I've taken the other one. Just had him in the Falcons rebuild. Maybe we take him, the Scrambler. But we did just get Jameis, and we paid him a little bit of money. Chad Mooney. You know what? I think we'll take the quarterback, actually. We'll take Elton Price. If Jameis Winston isn't cutting it, then this guy will go in. 87 speed, 90 throw power. His accuracy is good except for the deep accuracy. You've got to work on the deep accuracy, but got enough throw power, so maybe he'll just be the starter anyway. I'm not sure, but I haven't taken him before, so I thought I might give him a chance. And let's see who we want with our second pick here. Once again, I've seen this class several times. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much left after that first round, actually. Not much at all. We need offensive line. Offensive line is like the biggest need for us. Defensive tackle. I could use a defensive tackle just because Alalu, way to let him go. He might have actually retired. I didn't even see him in free agency, so. We got this center here as a mid-second rounder, so we'll just take the center. He's a hidden dev, Randy Tiller. He looks like a Steeler already with that mohawk. Yeah. That might be our last pick. I'll see who's there in the 3rd round, but that's probably our draft, just those 2 players, and probably just move on to the regular season. Not much of a draft recap to even look at. So yeah, there's like a couple defensive tackles here. So I might just take whichever of these defensive tackles is the highest projection. Early 3rd rounder. We're in the middle of the 2nd round, so here we go. We got a defensive tackle. Drafting offensive and defensive line. So yeah, we'll just head straight into the regular season. Take a look at the roster and then go from there. So here we are at the start of the regular season. Let's jump in straight to the roster. Take a look at what we want to do here. I know, yeah, the offensive line is actually even worse than it was last year, which is crazy. It's a work in progress. There's never anyone in free agency, and then if there's no one in the draft, no one in the draft. So hard to improve the offensive line whenever can't do much about it. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try our best to work on this. Hopefully, some free agent becomes available, because this is depressing. This is a depressing O-line, that's for sure. Jameis Winston's only 1 overall higher than our rookie, so we're just gonna start the rookie. I'm sorry, Jameis. I know I paid you like $30 million over 3 years to come in here, and then we're gonna start Chase Claypool as the number 1 receiver, because I think that's what we want to do here going forward. Tight end room, lost Eric Ebron. We'll have Freiermuth. He's gonna be our number 1. So this offense might actually even be worse than it was last year, which is it's a rebuild. It's a rebuild. The defense, Defense still looks pretty good. I brought in Tim Settle, drafted that rookie. Looks like they drafted as a corner that has hidden dev. I did not draft this guy, but okay. I'm happy with that pick. Casey Hayward's already injured. They're like free agents corner. He's only out for 1 more week though, so it's fine. Linebackers are great. I got Melvin Ingram back on a 2-year deal. Yeah, safeties are fine. So I'm really worried about this offense. The defense is still in a great spot, but yeah, this offense is looking rough. But we'll work on it. We're gonna work on it. All right, so here at the midseason point, we are 1-6. So as expected, I'm almost positive it's got to be this offense is letting us down here. Let's go ahead and look at the stats. it's probably not looking pretty at all. So our rookie quarterback's actually not doing too bad. He's not doing too bad. 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. So he's not turning the ball over. He's really not doing too bad there. Najee Harris, 500 yards already, 3 touchdowns, averaging 4 yards carry. Really not bad. Chase Claypool being our star as we wanted. So good to see the development there. Defense. The defense is actually letting us down. Is TJ Watt been hurt? No? What's going on here? We were the #1 defense in the league last year. Yeah, he hasn't been hurt. He's played every game, but TJ Watt just not playing up to snuff this year. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know what happened to our defense. Our offense is actually doing better than our defense at this point, so don't know what's going on there. Let's see who we need to re-sign up in here. Probably not a lot of people. Minka, okay. We want Minka back. It's a lot of money for a safety, and he wants even more than that. Stephon Tuitt. I think we need to re-sign Stephon Tuitt. Yep, that's fine. Deontay Johnson, we want to keep him around for sure. Give him a 4-year deal. Until he's like 31. He's happy to resign. Melvin Ingram. Oh, maybe we only gave him a 1-year deal. I thought we gave him a 2-year deal. But, oh, no. He declined and I franchise tagged him. That's what happened. But he's playing on the tag. Devin Bush. Absolutely want to sign Devin Bush. Traded up to get him. Okay. He wants more money. That's fine. We'll give him more money. All right. So everyone wants more money. That's fine. So actually, there's a lot more people to resign than I thought I would even want to resign, but let's see who this breakout player is. Tim Settle. Okay. I gave him a couple of year deal, so I wouldn't be too mad if he broke out. But I'm going to get some of these guys signed up. I'll see you guys at the playoffs. Does not look like we're going to make the playoffs unless we have like an insane second half of the season, but yeah, I'll see you guys then. As you can see, we actually did have a much better second half to our season than the first, but it's still, we put ourselves in too big of a hole to be able to come back. We started off 1-6, finished, what is that, 5-5? Yeah, 5-5, so we at least got some wins in there. We did start a rookie, and our offensive line is a joke, so, you know, you win some, you lose some. Let's take a look at the season stats. Not bad numbers for a rookie. Not bad numbers for a rookie at all. 4,000 yards, 32 touchdowns, only 11 interceptions. Let's see what he did in the run game, though. 200 yards and a touchdown. You would expect him to do a little bit better than that, but it is what it is. Najee had another 1,000-yard season, only 5 touchdowns this time, so a little less than you would hope, but Chase Claypool put in some work there at the wide receiver room. Didn't get a 1,000-yard receiver, not even one. It was really mixed here. We had five people over 500 yards, but not a single person over 1,000, so hopefully that sees some improvement, but if we upgrade the offensive line, that should probably help. Yeah, so TJ Watt had to have gotten hurt here. No, he did not get hurt. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with TJ Watt. He only had 3 sacks, 11 tackles for loss. I don't know what happened to this defense in general. So we had the 32nd offense. Okay, what's our defensive ranking? 20th. So we went from, okay, we had the dead last offense last year as well, but we had the #1 defense last year. Okay, it says right there, defensive points per game, we were 10, so not that much of a drop-off, I guess, but yeah, not a great year. We'll go check out the season recap, see if maybe our rookie got Rookie of the Year, our quarterback, maybe. Okay, yeah, so Elton Price was your Offensive Rookie of the Year. Will Traylor was the Jaguars' Offensive Rookie of the Year, and the Jaguars actually win the Super Bowl. Wow. I tried doing a Jaguars rebuild and it was a complete failure because we couldn't even make the Super Bowl, and then their second year in the league. I just don't understand Madden Sim. It is what it is, but I re-signed everyone I wanted to re-sign, so we're gonna head straight into free agency. I'll show you anyone we signed in free agency, and then we'll head into the draft. And here we are, free agency. So I took some big swings here and missed on both of them. I tried to get Tyreek Hill and Jack Conklin. Neither of them ended up signing with me. I ended up getting Greg Little, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. I tried signing another right tackle just in case Conklin didn't sign. So let's see if anyone else has offered him money. I also have offered Benny Snow just like a cheap deal just to be a backup running back. If he doesn't accept that, that's fine. We should probably get Jermaine Ifedi here. If not, we're in some deep trouble. But yeah, we at least got Greg Little, so we have a decent left tackle now. He's 72 overall, 25 years old, so he can at least sustain the left side of the offensive line. He's not going to be great, but we'll go ahead and sim to the draft and hope we get Jermaine Ifedi. If we don't, then we absolutely have to draft somebody. So let's see if we got him before we head into the draft here. And we did. We got Jermaine Ifedi. So offensive line. You know, at least we don't have any 60 overalls in there. That's all I can say is we don't have any 60 overalls in there. So that's something. That's something. Defense. We need some corners. Corners definitely something we need to look at. So this guy regressed. Whatever he was probably star dev if he regressed. Let's look at him. Take a look. Yeah, went from star dev to normal dev. Okay, but he went up 3 overall. Despite being like a 63 is what he was drafted at. So, but yeah, we could use a corner. Corner would be great. Offensive line would be great. We picked number 7, so that's at least something to be happy about. Who's this quarterback? Adam Miller, late first rounder. Mid first rounder, he's projected to go number 1 though. Greg Phillips, Demar Stump, a good name. Elijah Logan. Well, if we needed a defensive lineman, this guy's kind of insane. 4.53. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go through the offensive line. We saw the one guy. Yeah, there's nobody in this class outside of the top guy. Let's go look at corners. Mark Walls, early first rounder. Michael Allen. Nicholas Wilkins. There's only one early first round corner, but there's a couple late first round corners. There's an early first round safety in the second round. Then another early first round safety. Some good safeties, but we need a corner. Where's that corner projected to go? It said early first, but okay, so he's projected to go number 4. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get him. I'm not trading up to number 4. We'll see, actually. We'll go a couple picks here, see if the corner goes. So there goes the left tackle, the only good offensive lineman in this whole class. There goes the quarterback. So even though he was a late first-round projection, he's still 74 overall. That's not bad at all. Another quarterback goes. I didn't even see that one. Oh, man. And there's the corner. Goes number 4 as projected, and he's an 80 overall, probably the best player in the class. That's unfortunate. I would have loved to have him, but and he goes to a division rival as well. So, do we just go with this right end? He's the best available player for sure, I think. Yeah, whatever. We'll keep the defense, keep the defense strong. He's the number 6 player in the class. We took him at 7. Good value, I guess. Good value, I guess. We'll see who's here in the second round for us. There's still, I'm assuming, going to be some talent here. Looked like it was a somewhat deep class, so. We do have Michael Allen here, who's a late first round talent. Let's see if one of those safeties is still here. No. So this guy's actually scheme fit, but we'll take Michael Allen. He looks like he has better overall skills. 94 speed, 72 man, 74 zone. Actually, some really good stats. So that was definitely our biggest position need, other than offensive line. But there's no offensive lineman in this class worth taking. So at least that I know of. We'll see if there's still. I think there was a second round projection guy, and I think he's gone. So oh, actually, there's this right tackle right here, Roosevelt Russell, and then he's head and dev. So you know what? You win some, you lose some. This guy, he's all power. He's not balanced at all. He's all power. So But, you know, that's probably a pretty good draft for us. I think that'll be it. I'll see you guys at the draft recap. We'll see if we get anyone else. Here we are at the draft recap. So, as you can see, we actually did pick up one more player, Isaiah Edwards, 73 overall, left end. Normal dev, but he has some decent looking stats. 81 speed, 44 or 74 power move, 73 finesse. So he's a pretty balanced player. You'd like to see that in Madden Sim. Usually the balanced players do a lot better. So the defensive line definitely should not have any drop off, even whenever we lose guys like Stephon Tuitt and Cam Hayward. These guys will fill in nicely. We got the corner, and then no one else really noteworthy here. So take a quick look at the roster, and then we'll head straight to the midseason point, see how we're doing at the midseason point this year. Hopefully we're doing a little better this year, but I don't have high hopes yet. We're definitely going to be starting this right tackle. We might start him at right guard, actually, just while we have Jermaine Ifedi, because Jermaine Ifedi is better than Forrest Lamp. I guess they're the same overall, so it doesn't really matter too much where we start him. We don't really care about either Forrest Lamp or Jermaine Ifedi. They're not going to be here long term. Once again, we're probably going to put Chase Claypool as our starting wide receiver. Elton Price. Let's upgrade his improviser. That usually gets some deep threat accuracy, or deep throw accuracy. Yeah, deep throw deep accuracy. Yeah, exactly what I wanted. So he didn't actually go in overall, or did he? You know, he's playing down one to morale. The defense, Minka actually went up to X Factor. Got this guy as a rookie, Logan. He'll be doing some backup reps. Got the other rookie on the other side. We'll probably start this guy as our second corner. We could use some safeties, actually, some backup safeties. But, yeah, the defense is still looking really good. The offense is still a question mark. Yeah. We'll head straight to the midseason point, and hopefully we're better than 1-6 this time. So, I'll see you guys at the midseason point. We're at the midseason point here, and we actually are doing a little better than we were last year. Take a look at the stats. We are 3-4 currently, so already an improvement there. We got more touchdowns. Looks like Elton Price injured currently. No, he's not. But he looks like he missed a game here because Jameis stepped in for, looks like, a game. Unless he just stepped in for like a quarter. Maybe we were blowing someone out. But 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. That's an improvement for sure. Najee, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. About the same as he was last year at the midseason point. Once again, like these split wide receiver numbers, it must be similar with the Steelers playbook, but basically just everyone's getting involved here. Nobody's having like a breakout year, but everyone's getting involved. And TJ Watt already has more sacks, twice as many sacks as he had last year. So glad to see he's going again. What about interceptions? A couple interceptions, but definitely a lot better than we were doing last season, and that's saying a lot because we're only 3-4. So. We're only 81 overall, though, so we're definitely making some improvements here. See who we want to re-sign, if there's anyone. Yeah, Chase Claypool. Yeah, obviously we want to re-sign Chase Claypool. Yeah, okay. I think he's going to be a little better than that in real life, like, overall. But I think he's still getting, like, our third wide receiver reps, unfortunately. And with this playbook, I guess it doesn't even really matter where we put him because I'll resign Alex Highsmith. I was thinking about not, but he really doesn't want that much money. Usually the outside linebackers ask for a lot of money, so I was like, I'd probably not worth it to resign him, but it was, as it turns out, it was worth it. Yeah, we'll head to the playoffs. Maybe we make the playoffs. Maybe we don't. Probably don't, but there's a chance. There's a chance we make it. And the Browns are only 2-5. That's like actually insane. They're always better than that. But yeah, I'll see you guys at the playoffs. And here we are at the playoffs, and as you can see, we actually won the division here, 10-7. So this is a lot better than I expected, honestly. We were 3-4 at the midseason point, and I didn't have high hopes, but we hit the playoffs and we made it. So it looks like our quarterback was injured again. Yeah, partial ACL tear, so he's still out. Jameis actually stepped in for us and took us to the playoffs. So it looks like he got hurt for, how many games was that? 2 games? He was out 2 games, but I think he got hurt in 2 of those games as well, so he's kind of out for 4 games. Still decent numbers for him for missing that much time. He had 4 rushing touchdowns as well. It sucks that he got hurt, though, because he's not going to develop as well as we would hope. Once again, just balanced receiving numbers all across the board. Pratt Firemouth actually had 10 touchdowns, though. Deontay Johnson had 9. And we'll go check out the defense. 16 sacks from TJ Watt. That's awesome. Yeah, you're never mad at 16 sacks. Anything double digits, just great. We almost had double digits from these guys as well. Stephon Tuitt and Cam Hayward. Devin Bush chipping in a lot. Alex Highsmith a little bit. Where's our rookie? Is it Isaiah Edwards? No. That was the guy we took in like the 4th round. I guess he didn't get much play time, which makes sense just because yeah, he only got 90 snaps in. Okay. But the other guy actually got more snaps than him. That's it's whatever. It is what it is. He wasn't gonna start this year anyway, especially when we have Stephon Tuitt and Cam Hayward, but let's see if we can win this first playoff game. We got Jameis Winston leading the charge. So let's see if we can beat the Chargers. And we don't. We just barely lose. Lose by a little. So you can see the defense dropped off a lot, but the offense is at least middle of the pack now. So we'll head straight to the offseason, check out the season recap. If we won any yearly awards, I doubt it. TJ Watt could have won Defensive Player of the Year with those numbers, but probably didn't. Chase Winovich won Defensive Player of the Year. Chase Winovich? Okay, we're gonna go look at Chase Winovich's stats just because I don't believe this. I don't believe that Chase Winovich in any planet won Defensive Player of the Year. Mac Jones had a pretty good year. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because I don't believe that. I do not want to believe that. Okay, we're gonna just head straight into free agency. I'll be back with anyone I sign. And here we are in free agency. So as you can see, I tried to get Tyron Smith. I tried to get Mekhi Becton too, but the Saints offered him just like an insane contract once again. I didn't have the money to really go too hard on it. I probably should have, actually. Probably should have just not offered Tyron Smith and just gone for Mekhi Becton. Just offered him like 20 million if I needed to. But I brought back David DeCastro back to the team. He's going to play right guard for us. Brought in Zach Ertz. He's not very good, but he's going to be a backup tight end to Freiermuth. And then Brian Edwards, just another depth wide receiver. So not a lot of moves here in free agency. We're saving our money up here. We'll head to the draft. We really need still a corner and then offensive line once again. We still need offensive line. The offensive line is looking better though. A lot better than it was at least. And corner room is still looking kind of sad. So we need a corner for sure. If there's any early first round talents left. There goes a strong safety, looked really good. Middle linebacker wouldn't be bad either, just because we only have Devin Bush really. We don't need another running back. Another tight end. If he was good enough, I might have taken it, but he's not that good. Melvin McKee, late first round talent. What about this corner? Late first round talent. Okay. Josh Jenkins, early first rounder. We might go with that safety. See if there's any corners that are first round talent. No, there's some second rounders later. So I might take a couple of these second round talent corners, but I don't think there's any offensive line either. No. No offensive line, as expected. So we'll go ahead and take this strong safety. Josh Jenkins. What about Thomas Best? He's an early first rounder and he skipped the combine. That might be our second pick. So we'll take Josh Jenkins, 77 overall. And I can convert these guys to corner as well, so it's really not that big of an issue. We'll see if that other safety is still there here at our second pick, and we'll just take him. Take 2 strong safeties. This guy skipped the combine. Yep, he's still here. And he's an 80 overall. He's the number 2 player in the class. Yeah, always draft early first round talents that are that skip the combine. Always do it. Just do it. Yeah. That might be our draft right there. That might be all we really needed. I'll see you guys at the draft recap. And here we are at the draft recap. So as you can see, we moved our first pick to corner. He stayed the same overall, which is awesome. Usually they go down a little bit, but he'll be probably one of our top corners. We're leaving Thomas Best at strong safety. He'll play over Edmonds. Then we actually found this gem in the 3rd round, a left tackle, 71 overall, and he's hidden dev. So he's probably going to start over, I don't even remember who our left tackle is at this point. Doesn't matter, so he's going to start. And then just a couple other guys that Probably won't see much play time, but they're on the team for now. Yeah, so not a terrible draft. Not a terrible draft for us. Take a quick look at the roster, and then we'll head straight to the midseason point. Oh, it was Greg Little, but he like regressed last year, so okay. Actually, this guy, maybe we just move him to left tackle and move the new guy to right tackle. But yeah, I mean, looks like that's what we're gonna do. So the offensive line, we actually got some guys in here that can do some work for us, and wide receiver is still looking good, and the defense is still looking good. Now we actually have a couple corners in here to work with. Here we are at the midseason point, and this year we're 3-3. We were 3-4 last year, so technically better. Go ahead and jump into the big decisions here. Who to resign? Juju. Probably gonna let Juju walk at that price. Let's be honest here. Najee. We'll keep Najee around. I think Najee is important to keep. De Castro. Probably keep him here. Oh yeah, he only wants 5 mil. Okay, yeah, I'm more than happy to give David De Castro 5 mil at that overall. I mean, he'll probably regress a little bit, but we want Pat Freiermuth for sure. Right? Yeah, not even that expensive. We can let Jameis walk at this point. We can let Kendrick Green walk. We'll see about Cam Hayward and Stephon Tuitt, but we have the young guys behind them, so I'm not too concerned about signing either one of them, but we'll see at the end of the year if we want to bring back either of them. Stephon Tuitt looks like he wants 2 years, and Cam just wants 1, so we might bring back Cam Hayward. More leaning towards bringing back Cam Hayward than Stephon Tuitt, but yeah, we'll see at the end of the season if we want to re-sign either of these guys, but I'm probably going to let Juju walk, let's be honest here. We'll look to replace him somewhere else. Let's take a look at the stats, though, real quick before we head to the playoffs. See if we make the playoffs again. Our quarterback, he's not turning the ball over, which is, that's all you could really ask for on a Steelers team. They're really more of a run-heavy team. Najee he's getting his touchdown sniped here by Benny Snell. Okay, as long as we're getting in the end zone, I guess that's all that matters. And then once again, just like balanced stats from the receivers. No receiver outshining another receiver. Check out the defense. TJ Watt has 3 sacks, so not that great, but not that. But he has 10 tackles for loss already. So that's pretty good. But you would hope to see more sacks than tackles for loss, but they're both good. They're both good statistics. So yeah, we'll head straight to the playoffs. Hopefully we make it again. The Ravens are 6-1, so we probably aren't going to win the division, but it's possible. And we're here at the playoffs, and we actually did make the playoffs despite going 8-9. We snuck in at the 7th seed despite not having a positive win record. The Washington football team did it last year. Why can't we do it, We're going against the Colts here, so I don't even know how good the Colts are in simulation. I don't really see them make the playoffs all that often, but let's see what our rookie did here. Or not a rookie, but I guess he's a veteran at this point. Elton Price. 24 touchdowns, 4,000 yards. He started turning the ball over. 12 interceptions in the second half of the season versus 1 in the first half. 4,000 yards, so that's the first time he's done that. What is Benny Snell doing over here? 14 touchdowns? He's sniping all of the touchdowns from Najee. Man, fantasy owners everywhere are mad right now about Benny Snell. Okay, Deontay Johnson. We almost got a 1,000-yard receiver this year. We almost had 3, I guess. But still didn't get a 1,000-yard receiver. Pat Freiermuth, despite having 846 yards and 71 receptions, not a single one of them was a touchdown. I can already see it down there. TJ Watt, double-digit sacks, so that's fine. 19 tackles for loss, pretty good. Josh Jenkins, our starting, our rookie corner that we converted from safety, 4 interceptions. And then our rookie strong safety, he's an X factor. Oh man, the guy that skipped the combine was number 2 in the class, is an X factor. Already an 82 overall. I guess we drafted him at 80, so he didn't really progress that much, but playing down with morale too, so he must not have had a great year, but yeah, he's an X factor, so I think that's the first X factor I've drafted in this class, so, or in this rebuild at least. But let's see if we can actually win this game against the Colts here. We did. We actually won. So we beat the Colts. We win our first playoff game here, and we got the Chiefs, the 15-2 Chiefs. It's not going to happen. Let's be honest here. It's not going to happen. Let's jump in here. We'll we'll just simulate it. We're not going to jump in at all at this point. It's still too early in the rebuild. But we're going to jump in and just see how we do in the simulation here against the Chiefs. Maybe we'll put up a better fight. But usually the Chiefs just blow out everyone. That's just my experience, is the Chiefs blow out everyone in simulation. So let's find out if we get blown out here. It is snowy, so maybe that'll affect the game. I feel like that'd actually play into the Steelers' hands in real life if it was snowy. But Patrick Mahomes does love his snow games. So take the lead. Okay, we're actually still winning here. Okay, we're up by a touchdown. Oh, they tied it immediately. Up by a touchdown again. Okay, so the Chiefs barely pull ahead. We pull back ahead. Oh, and the Chiefs pull it out there at the end. We weren't able to put together a final drive, but that was actually a lot closer than I expected it to be. I'm guessing our run game was our strong suit here. Yeah, so Najee Harris just kind of took over the game there. 146 yards. We weren't able to pull it off, but we were an 8-9 team anyway, so didn't really expect to win this game. Yeah, made it a lot further than I expected us to this year. So that's some promising signs. Now we'll probably never make the playoffs again in the rest of the rebuild, but one game off the AFC Championship, 4 points off the AFC Championship actually. So we'll go ahead and sim to the offseason, check out the end of the year recap, and maybe sign a couple guys before we head into free agency. So the Chiefs did win the Super Bowl again. Mahomes wins MVP. Josh Jenkins, our rookie safety, was actually he's a cornerback. He was the safety, but we converted him to corner. So the X Factor safety didn't win, and the corner we drafted actually won Defensive Player of the Year. So that's pretty good. He might have gotten a dev up. Hopefully he got a dev up. But I'm gonna negotiate with a couple of these guys. Maybe get Cam Hayward back here for another year, and I'll show you if we sign anyone in free agency, and then we'll head straight to the draft. So we weren't actually able to get any major free agents. I brought in Xavier Howard for our cornerback room over 2 years. He's kind of old, but he's still star dev. He's still like an 80 overall, so he'll actually be okay for us. We lost Juju. I wasn't able to get any big wide receivers. I tried offering DeAndre Hopkins some money, but he decided to sign elsewhere. So we could look at a wide receiver. I did bring in Will Fuller for 1 year, just to kind of fill in that deep threat spot. But moving forward, yeah, Chase Claypool is going to be our guy. We're picking here at the late end of the first round, since we did have that good playoff run that was better than expected. But just trying to see who else here around our pick, somebody we can be happy with. So Terrence Chancellor might actually be the pick if he's still there. He looks actually insane. Yeah, let's see if he's still there. We did actually end up losing Cam Hayward, and then instead brought back Stephon Tuitt. So I actually did the opposite of what I said I was going to do, because I offered Cam Hayward just like an insane 1 year deal. And he told me to get stuffed and went to free agency, and nobody offered him any money. So, yeah, so I just offered Stephon Tuitt a 2 year deal. And it looks like this guy's still here. About one Alexander now. None of these wide receivers are really catching my eye. They're like all late first round talents. Even Thomas Rogers here in the 3rd round. Yeah, I guess we'll just go with that defensive end. And we might even play him over Stephon Tuitt. So he's in 79 normal dev, but he's still a 79 overall. 89 power moves is insane as a rookie. 89 power moves. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to start this guy over Stephon Tuitt, even though Stephon Tuitt's still technically a higher overall. That's just insane. 89 overall power moves. That's awesome. Thomas Rogers is the pick here in the 2nd round, a route runner. We got AB Jr. over here. 5'11", isn't that the same height as AB too? There's AB like 5'10". I'm not sure. Is he 6 foot? He's somewhere around there. So, Thomas Rogers, yeah, he's our route runner. I don't even know if there's anyone else in this draft I really want. So I'll see you guys at the recap. Maybe I'll pick somebody. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just sim to the end of the draft here. So we're just gonna skip straight into the roster check here. We didn't draft anyone after that second guy, so it was a pretty meh draft, I guess. We had 2 guys that we got. So that left tackle we drafted last year actually was a superstar dev, and he's obviously going to play over Greg Little. What is that picture? What is Madden doing with these pictures? That is an awful picture. I don't know if he approved of that, but the wide receiver room, we lost Juju. We brought in Will Fuller for a year. So it's still a pretty good wide receiver room. Chase Claypool is going to lead the way here. Running backs, doesn't really matter past Najee Harris. The offensive line. So we've rebuilt this offensive line. It looks actually really good now. Tight end, it's okay. Pat Fryermuth didn't develop as well as we had hoped. Never hit superstar dev. Defense, though. Defense is looking... I did not draft this guy. Hidden dev, Enrique Lamb. Okay. Not bad. But defense, we finally got some corners in here. We did lose... we're going to start Chancellor, even though he's 6 overall lower. We did lose Cam Hayward. Stephon Tuitt's still on the team, but he's getting older. Tim Settle is a guy we brought in early in this rebuild, and he's developed really nicely for us, actually. So, Devin Bush, still our only real middle linebacker. We could put Stephon Tuitt out at right outside linebacker. Screw it, let's do it. Why not? Why not? That actually makes the best roster here. Drew Tranquil we brought in for some depth at middle linebacker. And looks like Will Fuller's going to be playing in the slot. No. Our rookie's going to be playing in the slot, actually. And yeah, we'll jump to the midseason point. I have some high expectations for this team this year. We're sitting at an 81 overall, so higher than when we started, but not as high as I would hope to be. And we're meeting expectations here at the midseason point. Our best start to the season so far, 4-2. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's look at our stats here. See how we're doing. So Elton Price, about the same numbers he's had every year. 13 touchdowns is about consistent. 1,800 yards, couple hundred more yards than he normally has at this point. Najee looking about the same as always. Getting less of his touchdowns sniped so far. Harrison Bryant has 2 rushing touchdowns. He's our fullback. I was like, why does he have 2 rushing touchdowns? But he's probably playing fullback for us. So Pat Fryermuth is actually leading us in yards. Claypool leading us in touchdowns, though. Will Fuller, no touchdowns from the slot. Oh, no, I put the rookie at the slot, didn't I? TJ Watt, 4 sacks. The guy we drafted 2 years ago is actually leading us in sacks now. Stephon Tuitt has 4 sacks. Chancellor, the rookie, has a couple sacks. 80, he's already playing up to an 80 overall. Yeah, we're looking solid here. We're looking solid. Nothing like... No one's really standing out individually, but as a team, we're just playing team football. So that's kind of what the Steelers are, really. Yeah, I'll see you guys at the playoffs. Hopefully we make the playoffs. The division's very tightly contested. Anyone could win it at this point. So hopefully we make the playoffs, and I'll see you guys there. And here we are at the playoffs, and we did not make the playoffs. So we had the #1 offense and the #2 defense, and we missed the playoffs. That's kind of crazy. #1 offense, #2 defense, missed the playoffs. So, not sure what happened there, but the Bengals made it in over us. They must have had a tiebreaker because they have the same record as us. We went 9-8 despite having the #1 offense, and then I guess we had the #12 offense. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the passing yards. We had the #1 passing offense. We had the #12 offense and the #2 defense. So I'm a little off there. Elton Price led the league in passing yards, not touchdowns. He had 5,200 yards, only 34 touchdowns though. Najee Harris had his best year so far, actually, 1,200 yards almost and 12 touchdowns. Will Fuller, pretty good from the slot. Chase Claypool, 1,000 yards. Fryermuth, 1,000 yards and 5 touchdowns. And then on defense, you can see TJ had okay, so he didn't even lead the team. So Elijah Logan, 12.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. TJ Watt had 14 and 10. Stephon Tuitt, 11 and 7. Tim Settle had a couple. Where's the guy we drafted? Okay, so he had 9 tackles for loss. So not bad. It looks like Stephon Tuitt was getting in on those edge rushing downs. So well, that'll change next year. We'll get the young guy in on the edge rushing. But hopefully next year's our year, because this is a little disappointing. We missed the playoffs by 1 game, just right here at the end. So hopefully we make the playoffs next year. It'll be the last year of the rebuild no matter what. So hopefully we make the playoffs. And if we make the playoffs, we'll jump in and try to make sure that we can secure the Steelers another Super Bowl. Tie him with Tom Brady again. So let's head into the offseason. We'll check out the end of the season recap, see who wins the Super Bowl. Load up this team in free agency. We still have $60 million to spend. So we're just going to load this team. Try to get the best possible roster just to force our way into the playoffs, and then from there Kareem Hunt's on the Patriots and he won Super Bowl MVP. Man, Patriots always doing the most. So CMC is actually your MVP. That happens a lot this year. You see a lot of CMC and a lot of Kamara. Yeah, like I said, I'll see you guys after free agency. I'm gonna try to just load this team up. It'll probably take a second, so I'll see you guys then. So as you can see, as I said, we're loading up this team. We signed a lot of guys here, just trying to go all in on this next year. We actually got Ed Oliver. I had to give him a massive contract, but he fills in the last little position we need on defense. So this defense is going to look insane. You'll see after we do the draft, look at the roster. This roster is probably going to look just insane. We're sitting at an 85 overall right now. I don't know if there's anybody in this draft that's even going to play this year unless we just get somebody that's insane. Maybe a corner. We could use like a third or fourth corner, but this team is ready to win a Super Bowl. And if we don't, then there's just an issue with Madden Sim. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So let's go to our pick, see if there's just any like crazy looking players that might actually start for us this year. Sammy Robinson. That sounds too much like Sammy Watkins. Wrong safety. So this safety, we could actually use a backup safety probably. This wide receiver is actually early first round grade. Whatever. We'll take this the wide receiver. He would be great if we took him like several years ago and developed him, but you know what? We're at the end of the rebuild. He can be our fourth wide receiver because we brought in Brandon Cooks, as you saw. He's going to be our slot. So we're going to have Chase Claypool at the 1, Deontay Johnson at the 2, and then Brandon Cooks at the slot. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's anyone else that's ever going to like see the field for us. We might take that outside linebacker. What about this guy? He's fast, but we already have a backup tight end. So Darren Nash it is, and we're just going to jump straight into the regular season. I'll show you guys the roster before we sim the season. But yeah, if we don't make the playoffs, then there's just an issue with Madden Sim at this point. So I'll see you guys at the start of the season when we check out the roster, and that'll be the last time we check in before the playoffs. We are at the start of the final regular season for us here. As you can see, we're at 85 overall. The defense is an 88, which I think is higher than when we started. The offense is an 84 overall. So let's just go ahead and look at this final roster we got going here. So we got Elton Price at an 82 overall, star dev. Didn't develop as much as we would hope he would have, but he still developed enough. 82 overall is good enough for us to win a Super Bowl. Najee Harris sitting at a 94. Never got to 99, but the offensive line, almost all 80 overall. The superstar left tackle we had actually regressed to star. I don't even know how that happened. Pratt Freiermuth is up to a superstar dev, 80 overall. No real backups here, unfortunately. But the wide receiver room is still just as good as when we started, honestly. Chase Claypool is finally taking over that number 1 alpha role for us. Deontay Johnson is our number 2. Brought Brandon Cooks in as our number 3/slot. We drafted a guy this year, probably not going to play much. And then look at the defense. Like I said, this defense is better probably than when we started because we got Mink up to a super X Factor. We drafted an X Factor strong safety. We have a X Factor Ed Oliver that we just signed. We developed him settled to play behind him. We got Stephon Tuitt still here on the edge. Elijah Logan, I believe. Yeah, Elijah Logan, guy we drafted a couple years ago, developed for a couple years. The cornerback room, better than when we started. Let's say that. It was better than when we started. So we got Xavier Howard here, 85. The guy we drafted as a safety moved to corner. Josh Jenkins, 83 overall. Another guy we drafted. Another guy we drafted. So most of the team was built through the draft. TJ Watt, not an X Factor anymore. Still 91 overall, though. Still a good player for us. Devin Bush, 87. Never developed as much as we hoped. We'd hoped Devin Bush would go up to an X Factor, but he didn't. We brought in Nwosa for this final season. Brought in a couple backup linebackers. Didn't get any, top of the line guys. But I'm just gonna leave Brandon Cooks at the slot because I feel like he gives us our best chance here. Yeah, I mean, if we were trying to develop this guy, we'd obviously move him into the slot, but we're just trying to win games here. So we're gonna sim to the playoffs, and if we don't make the playoffs, this game is just broken. It's just broken. That's all I can say. All right, here we are at the playoffs, and I was about to rage because I thought we missed the playoffs, but it turns out we just made the wild card at 9-8. This is insane. I can't believe this. And you can see we won our last game against the Texans, 49-10. Um, if we didn't make the playoffs, I was gonna throw something. 5,200 yards, 40 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. And Najee Harris had 1,100 yards and 18 touchdowns. So let's see here. We had 40, 58, 61, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67 touchdowns. 67 touchdowns on offense. Yeah, and look at Brandon Cooks from the slot. Like, insane year. Better than any year Chase Claypool had. Okay. You know what? Brandon Cooks is the answer. You know, he's all we needed for this franchise to take the next step, I guess. TJ Watt had another good year. So, like, we had the second ranked offense. So there's actually one offense better than this. That's kind of insane. And the 21st defense. Okay. Looked like our defense looked better on paper, but let's jump into this wild card game. We're sitting at we'll see. I guess we'll see what we're sitting at. 87 overall. The Colts are actually an 84. So this roster, you know, I like I said, this roster is Super Bowl or bust. Like if we don't make the Super Bowl here, at least we made the playoffs. Like you know, Madden just barely saved themselves. They tried to screw us over there, but didn't quite get the job done. You know, we're just gonna jump into the Super Sim here. I think we can win this game, right? We can win this game without jumping in. Right, guys. Okay. Don't fail me now, Steelers. Okay. Go play by play here. Okay, so the Colts tied up. Okay. We got the first down somehow there. Got another first down. I don't even know what's going on here. Like the penalties here. Then a touchback. Okay. And the Colts score. Okay, we're going to jump in here because already running into issues in the very first game. I don't know what that guy's doing warming up. He's not our quarterback, right? Where's our quarterback? Franklin. Where's our excuse me. Okay, I can't look at the injury center, I guess. So did our starting quarterback get injured in this game? Is that what the game is telling me here? Our starting quarterback got injured in the playoffs. Coaching medical center. Okay, so he's out for 1 quarter. Okay, so he's not gonna be here. Oh, Madden, why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? You just throw it away. Nobody's open. Okay, Brandon Cooks. Can Brandon Cooks pull it off for us? He had the crazy regular season. Just give it to Najee. Okay, Najee got the first down. We actually need a touchdown here just to tie the game, so we could still lose this easily. Claypool. Alright, we're gonna stay in bounds, run the clock down. Alright, Claypool's flexing on him even though we're down. Love the attitude, love the attitude. Okay, Freiermuth's open. Baby Gronk over here. Baby Gronk. I don't even know who this backup is and what overall he is, but you know what? He hasn't failed me so far, so okay, we're just gonna hand it off here. And Najee's in for us. Okay. So as long as we don't miss the extra point. Okay. Sometimes Madden Sim will do that to you. Oh no. No. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to run it back 1 more year. I'm going to re-sign everyone, hopefully. If we make the playoffs, then I'll be back. But if we don't make the playoffs, then this is just going to be the end of the video. So you'll know if the video ends here that this game is broken beyond repair. And I'm still gonna keep playing it, but I hate it. Yeah, so I will see you guys if we make the playoffs next year, and we'll try to run it back. And if not, this is the end of the video. So here's to that. And the Washington football team is your Super Bowl champions. The Bengals are runner-ups. So I'll just give you guys this quick recap here so you can see this. And like I said, this is either the end of the video or we're going to run it back. So I'll see you guys or I won't. So good luck to me, I guess. All right, so we did it. We ran it back. I'm here. I added even more free agents last offseason. Didn't really draft anyone. Drafted a couple like backups. Brought in Calvin Ridley. Brought back Deontay Johnson. This guy from last year, Stardev. Probably should have got a backup tight end, but it is what it is. The offensive line still looking pretty good. Yeah, so we brought in this rookie. He's the only one that's, I guess, kind of relevant. This rookie, 70 overall. Yeah, we brought in... I thought we brought in another corner. Maybe we did, maybe we did. But oh yeah, we brought in Tyrann Mathieu as well to the defense. Yeah, look at this roster. But we are... What overall are we? An 87 overall, 88 offense, 87 offense, 88 defense. Let's take a look at the season stats. I didn't even stop to look at him. So it looks like a rookie... Or he's not a rookie anymore, but yeah, he was a rookie when I took him. So our quarterback... Looks like he did pretty good. 5,000 yards, 42 touchdowns. Yeah, I would say that's pretty good. Najee had 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley from the slot. Once again, that slot is just doing amazing work right now. Defense, lots of sacks, lots of sacks. Lots of interceptions from our backup strong safety. Ed Oliver had 20 tackles for loss. This has to be our year, right? This has to be our year. And if it's not... I'm going to be depressed. Let's just say that. Let's jump in here. Do the Super Sim one more time. Hopefully we don't get Maddened again. Please. I only asked for one thing, and that's a Super Bowl. A lot. I know it's a lot to ask for, Madden, but we have the roster. We have the roster to do it. All right, so let's jump into this Super Sim, and hopefully we can pull off this one. Not a good start. Okay. And we're down by 7. Only down by 4. It's a close game. Close game. Looks like we're going to pull this off. We got the playoff win here against the Ravens. We got the playoff win against the Ravens. We didn't even have to jump in there. We just kind of watched it, and we were able to win by 1 touchdown. It was a little closer than I would have hoped, but 2 games from the Super Bowl. 2 games from the Super Bowl, and we got the Chiefs. So this is going to be our toughest matchup for sure. They're always the toughest matchup. Looks like the rosters, other than the offense is 87 overall, but the defense is a 78. So hopefully we just hope our offense here does more work than their offense, and we can slow them down with our defense. Kind of the plan for every football team, I guess. But let's hope we can pull it off here. So we'll let it sim for a bit, and if we have to jump in, we have to jump in, but hopefully we don't have to. Hopefully our team just can take care of the ball for us. So we're not able to stop them on their first drive or their second drive, or their third drive. Okay, but we answer back. Oh, looks like we got an interception there. Nice, nice. We score touchdown? No, we don't score a touchdown, but we're within 1 point here. We stop them on this drive. All right, so we got the ball right before halftime, and we get the ball at halftime as well, so we might actually be able to pull ahead here. It looks like they're going to hold us to another field goal, but we pull ahead, and we get the ball at half. Are they going to score before half? Nope, they're not able to score before half, so able to hold them there. We're moving the ball pretty well, but we kind of getting stuck here in the red zone. Okay, we score a touchdown, so we're up by 9. We're just going to go 1 play at a time here. 1 play at a time. And yeah, we hold the Chiefs to a field goal there, so we're doing better than I had hoped, and we get a 3 and out, so oh, did we just get a safety? Yeah, we just got a safety. So we're up by 8, and we get the ball, and we're moving it again. All right, can we score a touchdown here? When we score another touchdown. Oh, we're up by 15 against the Chiefs. One more quarter to go. One more quarter to go, and they're moving the ball. Looks like they're going to score here. Oh, okay. They get the 4th down conversion, and they score a touchdown. So they're within 8. They're within 8. We can put them out of the game with this drive, though. We can ice the game here. And, okay. Looks like 4th and 20. Okay. I'm going to jump in there, but... Oh, and we have an awful punt. Oh, no. And they get the 2-point conversion. Okay, let's jump in here. Steelers are starting to choke. Steelers are starting to choke this one away. Let's just jump in here and try to secure the win. Try to secure the win for us. Oh, I thought I was about to break that off. All right, so there's only 4 minutes left in the game. So ideally, we'll take as much clock off with this drive as possible and then ice the game with a touchdown or a field goal. Either one works. We don't need a touchdown, but usually you want to score touchdowns against the Chiefs. All right, so we truck whoever the hell that was. Was that Nick Bolton? Yeah, I just trucked Nick Bolton. All right, man. Love you, but... And they're trying to strip the ball, so... And Najee's tired. So... Let's just hope we don't fumble here. All right, we don't get stripped there. Carl Lawson on the Chiefs. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But they get a free timeout there, which is... unfortunate, since there's only 3 minutes left in the game. We're trying to burn clock. Oh, Najee. Najee comes down with a difficult grab, and that puts us in field goal range. So from here, we're just going to try to burn the clock. Hand it off here once, go to the 2-minute warning, and then Chiefs are going to have to use up their timeouts. Right, as long as we don't fumble here, we're looking to be in good shape. That was an insane catch by Najee. I thought he was a wide receiver. I thought that was Chase Claypool, but should have known that because we don't have an X Factor wide receiver. But 1 first down here should be the game. They're gonna have to start using their timeouts. Should be able to just take a field goal and win the game. So we actually need the 1st down here, though. We need the 1st down here, and then they're gonna have to use their timeouts. All right, so we got the 1st down. Yeah, they're going to have to use their timeouts here. All right. So if we get another 1st down, it's 100% over, but Najee's still tired, man. He's got the Truz X Factor, so surprised that isn't activated, but we won't fumble as long as we get that activated. We still need 1 more carry for 1 yard. Problem is he's tired and the Chiefs are trying to strip it. Okay, so he's not going to fumble here. Do we actually need another 1st down? No, we don't. Because we can run the clock here down to like 30 seconds and just take a field goal. So he won't fumble here. Unless the Chiefs had like an X Factor that could prevent that. But we get the 1st down anyway. He doesn't fumble. We should be able to take a field goal here. Just win the game. I mean, why not? We'll try to run it in, but I'm not going to try to do anything stupid. He has the Trez X Factor, so I'm not worried about him fumbling here. Either we score here. Okay, well, that might have actually been a bad thing, but they don't have timeouts, so we shouldn't be in too bad of a situation. They only have 20 seconds, yeah. Yeah, they're not able to do it. So we knock off the Chiefs here. Our quarterback only had 1 touchdown despite us scoring 46 points. So this must have been all rushing touchdowns. All right. Now we can head into the AFC Championship. Back to the AFC Championship. First time in this rebuild, though. Against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I think we should absolutely destroy the Jacksonville Jaguars, but we'll see how we do in Sim. All right, let's jump into the Super Sim here. And not a lot happening so far. We are managed to score first. They answer. They score a field goal. And they're up 2 scores. No, just 1 score still. Now they're up 2 scores. And we are losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars by 17 points. So it looks like this is the end of the franchise here. I'm going to try I'm going to try, but I don't know if there's enough time for us to come back from down 17, unfortunately. So, looking like this is the end for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but we tried. I mean, Najee, he's going to score here. Even if we take a 2-point conversion, it's not going to matter, unfortunately. So, I think the Jags are going to be able to run the clock out, but we'll give it a good effort here. And they score in 1 play, so 2 plays, actually. Sorry. Trevor Lawrence threw a 73-yard pass, so they answer right back. And yeah, I think this franchise is doomed. They have a lot of X Factor / superstars on the team, but just chunk it deep, give Claypool a chance to be a hero. Comes down with it, actually. Try to hit Freiermuth here with Tutty. No. Yeah, just hit Najee. They're trying to strip it, even though they're up 3 scores. Try to go inside to Freiermuth here. No, not open again. Yeah, that's out of reach of Freiermuth. Man, thought this was going to be the year. Thought it was going to happen, but it does not look like it's going to happen. Claypool can't stay up there. We would need a onside kick. We need 2 onside kicks, really. Make this work. Oh, no. That's not who I wanted to pass to. I had a guy on the left side of the end zone wide open. Hit the wrong button, though. Hit the wrong button. So, this play right here could be the end. And it's the end. Okay. Well, so that's going to be the end of the Pittsburgh franchise. We weren't able to pull it off here. Tried running it back. Made it the AFC Championship at the very least, but weren't able to pull through. And that's going to be the series. Or the episode, I guess. Not the series, but it's, yeah, the end of the episode.